In the pine forests of Lower Silesia, in what was then Nazi Germany, stood one of the most famous prisoner of war camps of World War II, Stalag Luft III. Run by the German Luftwaffe, it was built specifically to hold captured Allied airmen. Its location, deep in enemy territory, combined with its state-of-the-art security design, was intended to make escape virtually impossible. But in March 1944, the impossible happened. In one of the most daring acts of resistance during the war, 76 Allied officers tunneled their way out of the camp, an event that would go down in history as the Great Escape. By 1942, thousands of Allied airmen, British, Canadian, American, Polish, Australian, and more had been shot down over Europe. Many ended up in Stalag Luft III. The camp was considered escape-proof. The Germans built huts on raised stilts so tunnels could be spotted easily. The sandy soil beneath was yellow, standing out against the darker surface dirt, making it hard to hide evidence of digging. Guard towers, searchlights, and patrols watched every move. But for the Allied prisoners, escape wasn't just about freedom. It was about duty. Each man felt it was his responsibility to tie down German resources, force them to guard camps, and keep the war effort distracted. The driving force behind the escape was squadron leader Roger Bushell, a charismatic and determined RAF officer. He envisioned a massive breakout, not just one or two men, but over 200 prisoners slipping out in a single night. His plan was audacious. Dig 3 tunnels, nicknamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. If one was discovered, work could continue on the others. Each tunnel would be 30 feet deep and stretch more than 300 feet to reach the woods beyond the camp's barbed wire. Building the tunnels was a feat of engineering. Prisoners fashioned tools from scrap metal, fashioned shovels from bedboards, and reinforced the sandy walls with stolen wood. Air supply. To breathe underground, they built air pumps from tin cans and rubber hoses. Lighting. Electricians secretly tapped into the camp's power supply, wiring lamps through the tunnels. Disposal of dirt. Penguins, men with bags sewn inside their trousers, spread sand discreetly around the camp by shaking it out of their pants during walks. Forged documents and clothes. A secret forgery department created passes, travel permits, and railway tickets. Tailors turned old uniforms and blankets into civilian clothes. Every detail was thought of. The operation was organized like a military unit, with work crews, security patrols to watch for guards, and even a team making maps from memory. After months of preparation, Tunnel Harry was ready. On a freezing night, the operation began. One by one, prisoners crawled through the narrow, claustrophobic shaft. It was so tight that men could only inch forward on their elbows. The exit opened just short of the woods, dangerously close to a guard tower. Despite delays and setbacks, 76 men managed to escape into the snowy night, disappearing into the forests and fields of Silesia. Their destinations varied. Some aimed for neutral Sweden. Others hoped to cross into Czechoslovakia or even make it as far as Spain.
By dawn, the alarm had been raised. The Nazis launched one of the largest manhunts of the war. Tens of thousands of troops, police, and Hitler Youth scoured the countryside, backed by roadblocks and aircraft patrols. For a brief moment, the dream of freedom was real, but escape in wartime Germany was almost impossible. Only 3 men made it to safety. Per Bergsland and Jens Müller, 2 Norwegians, reached Sweden. Bram van der Stok, a Dutch pilot, eventually made it back to Britain through France and Spain. The other 73 men were recaptured.
Hitler was furious. At first, he demanded that all recaptured men be shot. His generals persuaded him to reduce the number. Still, in a brutal act of reprisal, 50 of the prisoners were executed by the Gestapo, their murders disguised as shot while attempting escape. The massacre shocked the world. After the war, Allied investigators hunted down those responsible. Many of the Gestapo officers involved were tried and executed for war crimes. Although the escape did not free hundreds as intended, it succeeded in another way. It forced the Germans to divert massive resources, troops, aircraft, and manpower away from the front lines at a critical time. More importantly, it became a symbol of defiance, courage, and ingenuity. The commandant of the camp, Colonel Friedrich von Lindeiner Wildau, who had treated the prisoners with relative fairness, was dismissed from his post shortly after. He survived the war and lived quietly until 1963. The Great Escape of Stalag Luft III was more than an attempt at freedom. It was a testament to the unbreakable spirit of men who, even in captivity, refused to give up the fight. Of the 76 who crawled through the tunnel, only 3 made it home. But their story has endured, etched into history as one of the most daring and inspiring escape attempts of the Second World War.